Go on with it. Do us. So we are coming with a force. Yes. Blessing the reap and we coursing on.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and today we are here to talk about Summer House Martha's Vineyard, Season 1, Episode 7. It ain't all rose. And can I tell you something? Jordan, I don't know what your problem is, sis, but you needed to take a nap or a chill pill or something, because that whole reaction you gave was too much, okay? But let's start off at the beginning. So the episode begins with Shanice still flashing her tigum bitties, okay? And she's like, I just want to have fun. These people are just doing the most. Like, I just want to have a good old time. I'm trying to liven up the crew. Shanice, you need to grow up. You said when you got to the table that the things that you did with your ex or whatever, the guy from Insecure, which he only had the smallest part ever on that show. I think he was like child. He was a lawyer at the firm with Molly. He was one of the other lawyers. So he had a small part in the show. That was Shanice's dude. Google it, you'll see. But child, grow up. She was like, that was last year. I was 28 and I'm a totally different person now. Are you really? Because you on national TV flashing your tigum bitties, and you said that you are doing some pharmaceutical sales job, so they going to see you acting like this, and you out here selling to doctors. Your whole outlook and how you look to the public is tainted with your behavior. Girl, get it together. Grow up, Shanice. You have got to grow up, because everything in life is not fun just because you getting naked and getting drunk and doing all of this. There are so many other ways to have fun. But moving on, she comes down to the table, and Simon takes Bria a plate of food because she's still being stubborn in her room, even though she had a whole conversation with Shanice 3 hours ago. Finally, she talked to Shanice instead of everybody else about what was going on inside her head, okay? So she still decides that she gonna boycott the rose thing, but I'm sure everybody else didn't give a damn, okay? So moving on, Shanice comes downstairs. She's sitting at the table, and Jasmine begins to ask her, are you gonna have a conversation with Alex? And Shanice is like, yeah, I'll talk to him tomorrow. This is probably not the best place. And of course, Jasmine, she's like, oh no, we're gonna talk about it right now. Jasmine does entirely too much to try to produce scenes. It's too much. So when Shanice says she want to talk about it tomorrow, sis, we want to talk about it tomorrow. Why do you have to push it now? So Preston was like, how do you feel? Do you feel judged by everybody? Talking about the flashing of the boobies. And so Jasmine was like, yeah, because Alex, I'm sure he had some things he needed to get off of his chest, right, Alex? Trying to push the conversation with Shanice. And Alex was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, with all of the internet stuff and you Googling her and all of that. And Alex was like, well, listen, I didn't do anything different from what everybody else in the house did. Like, I feel like I'm being villainized because I said something about it. But everybody really was like, well, Alex, you was the one that was the most vocal about it. And he was. Alex was judging that girl from Jump Street. Talking about I was interested in her before, but now I'm not because she might be type crazy. First of all, you didn't even talk to her about it. You didn't ask her about it. You just sat up here and assumed that you knew what was going on. And I can't stand that about anybody. Don't assume that you know what's going on because of what you see somebody posting. Did you really? So you're just going to give this person validation because they put it on the internet first and she didn't respond. So you're in a house with her. You could have at least had a conversation with her to get her side of the story. But again, Jasmine, I'm on your ass. You shouldn't have said nothing because ain't nobody asked you to talk about it, okay? You just like to keep on producing these scenes, and it's getting very tired, and we're sick of it. Moving on. So Shanice says, listen, it happened. I'm over it. If you had any questions about it, you could have easily asked me, okay? And that's that on that. Alex is, he gets upset and leaves the table for a little bit, but then he comes back. But I'm like, Nick admitted that he Googled people in the house too. Hell, if I'm going in a house with a bunch of strangers and I gotta be with you for 15 days, you bet your bottom dollar I'm Googling every single person that's in this house. So I don't think that it was a problem for Alex to necessarily Google everybody, but I don't like how he was the one that was the most vocal about it and kept talking about it. Even though they showed that scene with all the guys having something to say about Shanice or whatever, yes, everybody had something to say, but I think that Alex was the one that had the most opinions about Shanice, um, because obviously he was interested in her. So moving on, everybody says what they have to say. Even Jason was like, you could have handled that a different way. And Alex was like, in what way should I have handled it? And Jason ain't had no response. So Amir was like, listen, Jasmine started a conversation. Shanice said she didn't want to talk about it right now. And, Alex felt like he had to defend himself. I just feel like this conversation just came out wrong, but I'm glad that everybody got what they needed to get out, and we just need to move on. So they did a toast, and Preston said a couple niceties, and then Jordan says, into thickness. I want to point out, Jordan kept on making jokes about Alex saying thickness or calling her thick, okay, from the last episode. But then she has this complete meltdown in the next scene that I just totally didn't understand. So let's get into it. So in this next scene, Jordan is obviously drunk and she tired. She's just over all of it and she want to go to bed, but she's keeping herself up. So I'm sure that Jordan is cranky, and that's a part of why she was acting a daggone fool. So Alex is over there cutting Nick's hair. Nick is being very conscious because he's like, don't jack my hair up. And this is the second time that Alex done cut Nick's hair since they've been there, and they still got 3 days left. So I'm like, you cutting this man's hair every 2 days or something? Whatever. So he's cutting Nick's hair. Jordan makes a joke about, what if I told you he put a line down the middle of your head? And Nick was like, nah, I don't believe that. My man ain't doing that. So he finishes the haircut, and then Alex makes a joke. Jordan and Preston are getting real comfy and cozy and pretending like they're amorous towards each other. And Alex says, "Well, that would kind of negate what you've been saying about your celibacy if you and Preston are, as close as you're saying that you are." He was basically making a joke because it's very obvious that Preston ain't interested in Jordan for several reasons, okay? But moving on, Jordan says, "You know what? I'm just really tired of you sexualizing me. You've been sexualizing me since I've been in this house, and I'm so tired of it. Then they flash back to all the times that Alex so-called sexualized her, from him, them blowing up stuff to go by the pool, from the tennis court, to him saying thickness. Now, Jordan, I'm going to have to gather you and get you together. Now, is it okay for somebody to make you feel uncomfortable and you supposed to just eat it and take it? No, absolutely not. If you are uncomfortable and you don't like what somebody is saying to you, then by all means, sister friend, you say something and you stand up for yourself, just like you're doing right now. But Jordan, baby girl, you escalated all of this stuff. You laughed it off and just, and you have the most opinions, because even at the rosé dinner, you was saying everything with your chest, talking about, I had to live through that with her, with Shanice, and all the stuff that she had to go through, and the sleepless nights of her crying. And girl, you are just a very angry bird. It's a lot going on inside of Jordan that she needs to go and sit on somebody's couch and talk about, and not be yelling at all the men in this house about it, because it's just giving angry. You got to stop that, Jordan. This is not the place. And I know that Jordan wants to feel strong and, strong-willed, and don't play with me. My name is Jordan. But you don't got to do all of that. This ain't the scene for that. If you are not interested in any of these men, it shouldn't have mattered to you that Amir said to the other guys that he wanted to lay claim to you or whatever. He wasn't laying claim, because she went on Amir too, saying, and you did it too. And Amir was like, hold on, wait a minute, pause for the cause. I just said that I'm interested in you. Whatever everybody else did beyond that, that don't have nothing to do with me. I just said I'm interested in Jordan. That's it. And what I think Alex, that was really a bitch move from Alex, because Alex basically told Jordan that because he saw that her and Amir were getting close. So he was being a little hater saying, yeah, so Amir tried to lay claim to you because he sees how Jordan is acting. So he wanted to capitalize off of that. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. So Jordan does the most, screaming and yelling at everybody. Nick comes over to try to talk to her to calm her down and try to understand. He's like, wait, we've talked about sports, we've talked about clothing and different things. Like, I'm not understanding where all of this is coming from because, you seem really upset, and he doesn't believe that everybody has sexualized her. And honestly, I'm always team the woman how you feel, and I still am. If she feel like that, sis has the right to feel how she feel. But she's doing too much. Jordan, shut the hell up. It's nothing wrong with you. You should have told them ninjas, listen, I don't want no peen from none of y'all in here, so don't hit on me. Simple as that. But you sitting up here yucking it up in the pool, he talking about you thick, and yeah, your celibacy this. You should have said, I don't like those jokes. Don't try to hit on me anymore. I'm not checking for none of y'all. Don't make no advances for me because do not pass go. Do not collect $200 because ain't no dick in here that I'm going to be riding. That's what you should have just said and deaded it. You want to play coy and play these little games because you like the attention. Let's stop playing around. Period. You a little dick tease. And I don't like that. If you ain't checking for nobody, you don't want nobody to be trying to mess with you, you shouldn't care about them. You got mad because you were like, and you said you weren't going to try to get to know me because Amir laid claim to me. So do you want the man to try to come for you or not? Girl, shut up, Jordan. I'm sick of you. So Amir goes outside and cries a damn river to his friend because he feeling sorry. Because Jordan done hurt his little feelings. Cry me a river. You was in her bed. Yeah, and Jordan, you had this ninja up in your daggone bed. You telling him about your past lives, listening to Jill Scott. But you don't want to talk to nobody in the house. You ain't attracted to nobody. Jordan, the bottom line is you are feeling some type of way. You think that people are you feel bad about you posing nude for Playboy. That's not nobody else's problem, sis. You did it. You deal with it. Get over it. Nobody else is thinking about that. Child, ain't nobody bought a daggone Playboy magazine in how long? Because you can just go on the internet and see a naked ass body. Hell, you can go on Instagram and see that. Why do anybody care about your Playboy photo? And, sis, I ain't trying to go on you. But, I mean, you all right. You all right. These men have really pumped your head up too much in this house. Jordan, go take a nap. Go take a nap, sis. Preston, go lay her down in the bed. Put her in the tub with some Epsom salt. And put some eucalyptus on her forehead so she can relax. Because she tripping. She tripping. Nick, Summer, and Amir have a conversation. Nick, Summer, Amir, and Alex have a conversation while Nick and Summer are playing pool. Summer really ain't saying nothing. But Alex comes in the room and he's pretty much apologizing to Amir for him being kind of like the innocent bystander and all of the stuff that's going on, obviously, between him and Jordan. So Amir is sitting there and he's like feeling bummed because he really does like Jordan. He doesn't want to feel like he hurt her. So in the next scene, you see Silas having a conversation with Jordan where he's like, you know what? You should probably have a conversation with Amir at some point so you guys can clear this up. So then Jordan and Amir end up having a conversation. Amir gives some some speech from the couch. And I just want you to know that he hears you. And I understand. And I understand what you're going through. And I just hear you. And it's all about you. And I just want to be there for you. And he rises from the couch and comes over to Jordan and says, "Listen, I'm so sorry. I just want to hear you out. I just want you to be okay." And Jordan says, "Child, it was like a scene from a daggone Broadway play." I said, "Amir, baby, okay." So then Jordan says, "I just didn't like the fact that you left. It was like you didn't care. I would have liked for you to stay." Yeah, you wanted him to stay there and catch your venom? Girl, boo and bye to you, Jordan. Jordan, you got some issues. You really need to get yourself together. Cause Jordan is the type of chick that thinks she the bomb and she wants a whole lot of attention, and then when she gets it, she wanna be mean to people. Jordan gonna be single for a long time. Jordan has a nasty ass attitude, and she needs to get it together. I'm not checking for Jordan. Not feeling it. Not feeling it at all. So in the next scene, Jasmine is feeling some type of way because she feels like she's in the bed with Silas at this point, and she's like, "I feel kind of insecure. Like I couldn't bring the house together like that earlier." Girl, Jasmine, listen. Mind your business. That's all. Mind your business. That's what you need to do. You need to perfect minding your business because you just really have a serious problem with doing that. And here's the thing, you don't have to be in the mix of everybody's BS for you to be interesting, sis. We've tried to tell you this over and over again. You can, listen, drumming up, being the Giselle Bryant of the group sometimes is slightly helpful, but you try to do it in every scene. It's too much. So then the guys, Shanice goes and takes a shower. The guys are going in there messing with Preston, pulling the covers off his bed, child. So they just trying to have a little good old time up in the summer house. I hope better days are coming for these people in this house, but it's not. Because now here we go with Silas the next day complaining about his pants. So, child, Silas and Jasmine are in their room arguing about her ironing his pants. I don't even want to go into too deep with this. Silas, you need a maid, not a wife. Jasmine is going to leave you. Jasmine, you and whatever. Listen, your man is a Mitch. That's what he is. Silas is a overgrown Mitch. He needs to. Y'all gonna get a divorce. Y'all not gonna be together. This man, I don't give a damn about him being in the military, whatever his background is. You have to have some compassion for people and not treat your wife is not your subordinate. He got a whole attitude because it was a stain on his pants, and he's like, "Well, where's my credit card? And I need to get the tie. You need to get the tie pin, and you need to iron it again after you get the tie to go pin." And Jasmine must be used to this treatment because she's like, "Okay, well, I'm going to get the pen and we're going to take care of it. It's okay." Like, she's trying to keep the situation calm. Obviously, she's doing all of this a little bit played up for the cameras, but I'm like, this is just a level of disrespect that I don't appreciate whatsoever. So then we have Preston on the phone with his partner. I thought this was really cute to get into his partner, and he's talking about, he said him and his partner have been together for 2 years, but in GAY years, that's more like 10 years. I was like, "Child, I know you lying." So they're going to have a pride night to celebrate Preston, and I think that's going to be really cute. But Jasmine, child, Silas on his last leg, because that ain't the last time he talked about them damn pants. I'm sick of Silas, and I'm actually sick of Jasmine too. If they weren't the main people that brought all these people together, they could go home tonight, today. So all the girls get together. They're talking about the situation with Jordan and Alex, and if she's cool with him. Alex is outside doing yoga, stretching his body out every different way. Then we see him in the next scene talking to his brother that's going to come out there and do Lux on the Blux, I guess. They're going to do a 90-minute musical situation to entertain the people of the Martha's Vineyard, okay? So that's going to be quite interesting, I'm sure. Then we have everybody coming together to make a soul food dinner. And we have Jordan calling her dad to have a conversation with her father. Now, unfortunately, Jordan's mother passed away when she was 16. But with that happening, that made her and her dad become even closer. So now she's talking to her dad about the situation that recently happened in the house. And he's just checking in with her to make sure that she's okay. And it's nice to see a daughter shown having a good relationship with their father, because in our community it seems like they try to act like we don't know our dad. It's too much. And that's just furthest from the truth. So I'm glad that they showed this interaction, because Lord knows me and my daddy are tough tight, okay? So Jordan has this conversation. Then everybody goes back to prepping for the dinner for that evening. So they have their soul food dinner. Everything looks absolutely delicious. I was like, where's my plate, child? So the food looks really good. They have a conversation about some history in Martha's Vineyard. They sit down and eat, and then they talk about the pride celebration that they're going to have for Preston. So Preston wants all of the guys to go and do a 5-minute dance routine. And he gives some history before they go and do this routine about pride in Greenwich Village or something like that in New York. I appreciated him talking about that and them actually giving him some time to be celebrated while they're on this vacation. So the guys go and make up this routine, child. It is tired as all get up, okay? So they come out here. Amir is looking like Magic Mike, like somebody said. Then Alex just should have not done nothing, because all he did was hop across the pool table. He ain't do jack. Jason really was rolling that body, okay? He was doing some good things. Everybody else was just like, Nick don't have no rhythm. Silas, just go home, because don't nobody like you anyway. And, Simon, he really gave it a good old college try. He really, really did. But yeah, none of these men need to find a career in dancing at all. At all. Because Amir was the only coyote ugly looking mofo on the stage. It wasn't given. So y'all, the pride celebration went off well. Preston is really happy that everybody celebrated him. He had a really, really good time. So everybody goes to bed. Silas, before they go to bed, he still got to talk about the pants, okay? It's all about the pants and what homegirl Jasmine didn't do right. And he's like, we need to have a discussion about these pants, because I don't think you really understand why I'm truly upset. I don't think anybody understands why you're upset, because you are being a child, a man-child right now. Let it go. She's like, oh, would you like me to open the door so everybody can hear you complain? And here's the thing, Jasmine, you don't need to welcome everybody else into y'all bullshit. That's what you don't need to do. Let him, y'all talk about what y'all got to talk about amongst each other. Don't involve other people in your mess, okay? So moving on, the next morning, everybody gets up. Jasmine ends up going, Shanice is leaving, so everybody is saying goodbye to her. I don't think Bria even went and said goodbye to her homegirl, but okay. So everybody says goodbye to Shanice. Bria is in the kitchen cooking Silas food for him, and Jason has a talk with her and saying, you know what, he has his idea of what marriage should look like. You have your idea of it. You guys need to have a discussion to see if you're going to have a meeting of the minds, basically, because at this point, it's just getting real crazy. It's getting real crazy. So Jasmine says, I'm just exhausted. I'm tired. Basically, like, she tired of Silas and his bullshit, okay? So she told him the night before that him acting like that was not attractive. But he continues to go on and on about it. And even that morning, he wakes up talking about I had to use your toothbrush because I had to use my toothbrush to clean the stain out of my pants. Like, you just keep on trying to remind her of these... Did she find your credit card? Go buy another pair of pants and shut the fuck up. Shut up, Silas. I want to wring your bald Finding Nemo head ass. I can't stand him. He is the picture of chauvinism. And he's tried to get everybody else on board with his bullshit, and nobody else is listening to him. So even the next day, he's sitting his peasy head in front of this computer working. Ain't nobody else working on this trip but you, but okay. So she brings his food up there, and it took her a while to make that food. So it looked pretty good. He purposely not eating it, so now he gonna starve himself to win an argument. He would have said that he wasn't eating it, and he would have took that plate downstairs himself. So she's annoyed. So she goes over to him and sees that he's not eating the food. And he says, well, I don't like a lot of bread. She said, well, there is no bread in it. It's potatoes. He said, well, a lot of starch. First of all, you're Nigerian. all y'all eat is and vegetables, damn potatoes and meat. Stop it. And rice. Use it and lie. Silas is the biggest Mitch on reality TV right now. He would not. He better be glad that Jasmine just wanted to get out that car. Now that Jasmine got this Bravo check and she probably gonna get her shows picked up, she about to leave you and drop you like a bad habit, okay? Cause she don't need you. She really don't, Silas. And all you're gonna do is find some other woman that has low self-esteem to, use you, because that's all they're gonna really be trying to do is use you. And then when they realize that you are a total gigantic prick, they gonna leave you. Silas, he not even, and it don't even got to do with looks. It don't have to do with nobody being attractive or whatever. Because you could be fine as all get up and still asshole, okay? Silas, your way of thinking is very, 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 very unjust and outdated. Do you understand that Jasmine could become Issa Rae anytime? Do you know that? She could be writing screenplays. She's going to be the one that's the breadwinner of the house. Are you going to make her breakfast, lunch, and dinner while she's writing her screenplays? Because your military salary is not the one leading the pack anymore? Your wife is not your maid, Silas. And you better take your Tweety Bird looking ass on somewhere. Okay? Because it's not giving what you're giving off. And Jasmine, if you have a brain in your head, you better be like Jasmine on that Aladdin's magic carpet and ride the hell out of there. That's what you need to do. Because this man means you no good. He's trash. He is not a good man the way that he's talking to you. And you need to leave him alone. I'm done. I'm done with Jasmine and Silas. Thank y'all for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that's watching this show too. And Silas, get your damn life, because I'm sick of you. See y'all in the next video. Peace out.